Welcome back to the Jesuit Sports Hall of Fame 2018 selection show. I'm Tom Walsh, and I am sitting with the third member of the 2018 Jesuit Sports Hall of Fame class. From the Jesuit class of 1992, Jose Libano. Jose is talking to me right now via the miracle of the internet from a hotel room in Manhattan up in New York City. Jose, congratulations on this fantastic honor. You are a Jesuit Sports Hall of Famer.
Thanks, Tom. I am honored. I'm surprised. I was blown away when I got the call recently.
Well, you say you're surprised. You shouldn't be, and I know you're being modest. And
thank you.
Let me talk about some of the achievements that you had in track and field, cross country here at Jesuit. First of all, you got to be a cross country participant, and you did outdoor track and field in the fall and the spring every single semester here at Jesuit. You lettered 8 seasons at Jesuit, all 4 years. You were the first varsity letterman from the class of 1992 because you lettered your first semester of your freshman year in cross country. You were the cross country and outdoor track cross country captain. You were the TCIL state champion in the 1600 meters, the 3200 meters in 1992. Your best mile time was 4 minutes 5 seconds. Your best half mile time was 1 minute 51 seconds. 3200 meter record holder for the school from 1992 to 2006. Your record stood for almost 15 years, if you include the 92 season. TCIL cross country individual runner-up in 91 and 6th in 89 in 8 different meets. You lost only to 4 different individuals from the Dallas metro area. You were 6th in the Texas relays in the 3200 meters in 1992, won at least 2 races at the Shaner relays during your career here at Jesuit. And when I was talking to Sean McMullen, the alumni director here, who you've known a long time, he's, I know, a favorite of both you and me,
Yep.
Jose, he told me that in one particular meet, you were the TCIL state champion, but your time in that particular meet was better than the UIL state champion in the same race, and it was better than the UIL state champion for the Class A, the Class 2A, the Class 3A, the Class 4A, the Class 5A. So while you were the TCIL state champion, your time was the best of any state champion in the state of Texas. That's pretty impressive. Congratulations for all those great achievements.
I had a really rewarding and successful career at Jesuit, and a lot of great memories.
Now, we'll come back to Jesuit here in a minute, but just to talk about your accolades and continuing in college, you went to Providence College in the Big East up in Rhode Island. You got a partial scholarship, athletic scholarship there for your last 3 years at Providence. You were a member of the Division I cross country, indoor, outdoor track team all 4 years. You competed at the Penn Relays in '94. You ran a 4:06 mile in the final leg of a DMR team, 1,000 meter. You were the athletic director's honor roll for excellence in academics the fall of '95. And frankly, after Providence College and doing all those things I just mentioned, you participated in the 1997 USA Track and Field Cross Country Championships in Portland, Oregon as a professional. So clearly, you're an outstanding cross-country track and field participant here at Jesuit, but you continued that at Providence and even into the professional ranks. Let's go back to Jesuit, though, where it all started. What drew you to cross-country and track and field?
So I actually got my start in cross country and track in middle school. I attended Cistercian, and for high school, came over to Jesuit and continued running and, joined the team, met some great, had some great teammates, great coaches along the way. God had obviously blessed me with some talent, and I was able to, take advantage of that talent over, 2 years of middle school, the 4 years at high school, and then my 4 years at Providence College, and then a few years after.
When you got the call to find out that you were going to be a Jesuit Sports Hall of Famer, where were you? Who made the call? How did it feel?
So I was at home. I got nominated. Got nominated a couple years ago, and I had sent in some stats and long since forgotten about it. And then I was at home on a regular work night last week. Got the call from Jimmy Archie, who was in the class behind me, I believe. And I remember him being a football star. And he's like, Jose, you've been selected by the Jesuit Alumni Letterman's Club to be in the Sports Hall of Fame, and I was like blown away. I was thrilled, excited. I went to work the next day and told a whole bunch of people. I'm a high school principal. So I told, my administrative assistant, my assistant principals, my cross country coach, the athletic director. Quite an honor, and I'm fortunate and thankful.
I know we talked briefly that you were involved professionally at track and field, cross country, but now let's talk about education. Tell everyone where you are when you're not in Manhattan, as you are right now.
So it's a great question. I'm in Manhattan because it's school vacation week. I've been a high school principal for the last 12 years at the same high school in Sharon, Massachusetts, which is about 20 minutes from my home in Cumberland, Rhode Island, which is a suburb of Providence, Rhode Island, where I went to school at Providence College. And during the weeks, I'm busy overseeing a school of about 130 staff, 1,200 students, and supporting all the awesome things that happen in a high school. But I it paid it forward in many ways now, in that my obviously athletic days are behind me, but I get the opportunity now to get out there and cheer on the student athletes at my own high school, regardless of the sport. Obviously, I have a affinity for and an interest in track and field and cross country. And so I certainly make my way out to as many meets as I can, as well as all the other athletic endeavors and drama and music and all the things that make a high school like the one I work at currently and Jesuit the awesome places they are for young people to learn, to grow, to mature, to find their paths, their values, and move on and find the success that is right for them.
Well, clearly you've dedicated the last 12 years to being a principal. Obviously, you're passionate about education. Jose, how have you ever had a chance to, and I'm sure you have, but if you have, have you reflected upon your experience, your 4 years here at Jesuit, and how maybe that led you to education in your professional life?
Yeah, I think about the mentors, the teachers, the coaches I had who inspired me, molded me, provided the kind of guidance and wisdom and kept me on the right path in terms of how to go about life, doing what's right, being a man for others. And, I try to embody that in the way I live and the way I go about decision making within my own day-to-day life. It's a challenge leading to high school, but I always come back to the values that were instilled in me at Jesuit, and by my parents, and obviously by the mentors and teachers and coaches that I had at Jesuit. It's I've had many great experiences educationally over the years. My 4 years at Jesuit, obviously, my 4 years at Providence College, and then actually a master's at Providence College, and then a doctorate at Boston College, another Jesuit institution. And there is nothing stronger than a Jesuit education. I mean, it's just bar none. You know, Jesuit holds a dear place in my heart. I follow the athletic teams in the news, keep track of the track team. You know, small story, but this is, something that taught me, just maybe a small sign of how I was taught well at Jesuit. Back in 06, 05, when my record was broken, I had been following along the success of the runner at the time, Will Smith, who was the big time runner at Jesuit at that time, and I knew he was closing in on the record that I had held for a long time. So I called the school. I spoke to Mike Ursay, and I said, "Listen, anytime you can get that kid down in the office, I just want to wish him well." Doing things like that are hopefully part of who I am, and how my own students and staff and family sees me now. But those are things that I was taught at Jesuit. The small things that I remember my teachers doing, the time they took, the care, and those are things that you grow up learning as a youngster. You just don't adopt midlife. So I'm forever grateful of the times at Jesuit and the positive influence it's had on my life.
Well, Jose, that's a great way, I think, to end the interview. Thank you so much for taking the time to visit with us tonight about this incredible honor. You are certainly a Hall of Famer in every sense of the word. I look forward to seeing you on May 5th. Have a great rest of your trip in New York, and we'll see you when you get the blue coat on May 5th.
I'm looking forward to it, Tom. Thank you for the time. Appreciate it. Go Rangers.
Go Rangers. All right, so that will do it for this interview of our third inductee to the 2018 Jesuit Sports Hall of Fame class. And we'll come back with our final member. Click on the button, find the video,